In this video, we will learn about the Walk tool. This option is only available for version 2021.1 and newer. The Walk tool automates the manual process of inspecting and adjusting pattern pieces on paper, so we can sew a garment with minimum mistakes. In the skirt pattern piece, we made some changes to the length and want to check that the side seams match. To activate Walk, we will multi-select points on the front and back of the skirt pattern. Note that we can only walk edges on different pattern pieces. First, we ensure that the Edit Points is enabled. Then we right-click on the pattern piece and select Walk Pieces. Except for the stationary piece, all patterns are locked for editing. The first piece, which we selected previously, will be the walk piece. We can use the cursor to drag the yellow pivot point along the stationary piece. During the walk, the measurement display shows us the distance we walked from the starting point. Let's drag the pivot all the way to the hem of the side seam. The pivot point passes the same distance on both edges as we walk along the corner points. Here we can see that the back pattern is slightly longer. Since the back pattern is locked, we can right-click on the front pattern and select Lock. This switches the walk pieces, so the front pattern is now locked. Only one piece can be unlocked at a time. When we unlock the walk piece, the stationary piece is locked, and the other way around. Now let's use the Slide tool to drag and shorten the hem. When we right-click on the notch, we see the following options: Add Notches and Mirror. The Mirror option mirrors the walked piece over the stationary piece. This is great for comparing curved edges like side seams, armhole sleeve curves, and collared necklines. For example, let's straighten the front skirt side seam to match the back seam. We can enable Snap to Edge and then Snap to Point for more accuracy. This looks much better. To exit the walk mode, we follow the instructions on the bottom of the 2D window and click Escape. When we exit the walk mode, the locked pieces are unlocked automatically. All pieces return to their original positions and angles. We can also use the Walk tool to add notches to the garment. For instance, let's walk the waistband to the waistline of the skirt patterns, starting with the center front of the skirt and waistband. Let's activate the walk mode by multi-selecting the starting points and choosing the walk pieces option in the context view. In addition, let's mark the dart position of the waistband. First, we select the front skirt piece as a stationary piece. Then we use the pivot point to walk the waistband. Note that the pivot automatically skips over darts. Let's drag the waistband above a point and right-click to select the point underneath. Now let's add a notch on the waistband, where the front skirt pattern ends by right-clicking above the pivot point and hovering our cursor over the Add Notch option. We can either add a notch on the walked piece, add a notch to the stationary piece, or add a notch to both pieces. For now, let's add a notch on the walked piece at the waistband. Add another notch at the side seam point. We click Escape and walk the back skirt pattern to the waistband. We click the new notch point and the side seam point of the back skirt pattern. Finally, using right-click, we select Walk Pieces. The waistband needs lengthening. Let's add a notch to the stationary piece to see how much we need to lengthen the waistband. We right-click again to select the point underneath. The notch measurement indicates that we need to add 0.57 centimeters to the waistband. Let's lock the skirt pattern and use Transformation and Slide to adjust the waistband length. Now the lengths match. Now we press Escape and delete this notch, as we no longer need it. Since the waistband has inner symmetry, we do not have to add the notches to the other side. But if the waistband lacked inner symmetry, we would simply repeat the steps to add notches to the other side. When we right-click on a walked piece, we can also clone or duplicate that piece. Cloning can be helpful if we need to make changes like merging or slicing pieces without affecting the original pattern. A cloned piece does not return to its original position and rotation when we exit the walk mode. For example, we can alter this extra piece by changing the shoulder line of the back pattern. And that's it. For more information, visit our Help Center at support.browsware.com.